is Andy Gadomski of Pando, who is going to be talking about a real data product. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Bill.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'm here to talk about Pando, which is a product from Aspen Advisors. I founded Aspen in 2006, and during our 5-year mark, I sat down with, at the World Business Forum in New York, I was able to sit around with a bunch of CEOs and CHROs, and I asked them, quite frankly, how could you get better at being at the strategy table? Everyone's talking about the seat at the table. And so one of the executives actually said, can you just help us see our data? We are trying so hard to better understand what's going on in our business and relate it back to profit, revenue, operating income, productivity, and we can't quite talk about it the right way because we don't have the evidence that we need. And one of the CHROs said, I can't even see within my human capital management suite. I've got a performance management tool, a learning management tool, a recruiting tool, and none of them talk together. We've bought all these systems, we've spent all this money, but I can't tell the business how things are moving. And then we had an RPO organization say, I've got 40 different applicant tracking systems, and I can't combine the data and see what's going on to see if we're operationally effective. And I thought, that was very interesting. So what we did is we went ahead and we pulled together a tool that allows us to combine documents and data from any disparate system and keep the inputs inside those tools. So we don't have a tool that you go ahead and you enter data into. You have systems all over the place. Keep entering the data where those systems are. Keep social media open. Put open spreadsheets and so on up into the tool. Keep monitoring the way you are, and you can make changes as much as you want, because that's what's going to happen. We've noticed that companies keep on upgrading. They keep on changing their systems. They keep on outsourcing. That's not going to stop. So we don't know where the data is going to be stored, but we know we need to see it. So the concept is build a tool that allows us to combine all of this into one place so we can see a business outcome and have a business decision engine. So what does it look like? It looks like a business intelligence tool, and that's because it just speaks the language of business. We didn't invent pie charts and heat maps and funnels and diagrams and all that. That's how people talk. That's how we talk about revenue. That's how we talk about, operational efficiency. But what we do is we have to categorize it. We have to go ahead and say, let's pull in the information from all these different tools, and let's make it so we can engage with it. We can collaborate on it. We can say what's going on in that organization, and that organization, and benchmark it and share it. We have to have a place where leaders can come and see how operations match up with recruiting, match up with learning, match up with talent management, and see the entire life cycle and make it profitable. And if we can't do that, then what are we really doing? We're just guessing. So this is how it looks. And you have all this ability to traffic light and do dashboarding. You can pull in data and documents from any system. So we can pull in the documents from performance management, all the resumes, LinkedIn profiles, automatically pipeline them, put them into pools that we can then analyze. You don't have to move anything. We just go out, grab it, pull it in, and then push it back out. Keep putting your data where it needs to be, but learn to collaborate around it. What you're seeing here is just the ability to search the data. You can look for any kind of visualization you want. You can have traffic lights, you can have, and so on. So how does it work? Well, it's actually quite simple. On the left here, you have all these different systems that have context and relevance to your business, whether it's an applicant tracking or your operations systems, SAP, Oracle, doesn't matter, search engine optimization, just random spreadsheets, even your Outlook calendars. That all gets pulled into Pando. You see it online. You can get to it through your iPhone, your iPad, any HTML device. You put together your benchmarks and your KPIs, and now you start collaborating. What are your alerts? What are you going to let people know about? How are we going to monitor things? And you can do that anywhere. With a third-party reporting tool, you can embed the code anywhere. You can see it from anywhere on a device. You can have text messaging alerts come to you. But it gives you the ability to really understand what's going on and then make changes and do the predictive analytics or even just make better business decisions. If you're a HRO or if you're an RPO, the ability to combine 50, 60, 100, 300 systems and see it all at once, the reduction of redundancy is immense. Every recruiter now becomes a finance recruiter for not just one client, for all your clients because you're pulling everything into one place. But they're not really moving. It's staying in all those different ATSs. You're just being able to see the data. It changes the way we're projecting operating income and redundancy reduction. It's just tremendous. So now you kind of understand what it does, right? So it pulls, it makes it understand what's going on. You can see everything. You understand how it does. So why did we do this? It's so we can ask actually that question of why. If we now have all the data in one place and all the documents pulled together and it's accurate and it's real and it allows us to understand profitability, we get to now spend more time asking the question, why are you going to be the next great innovator for my business? Why should we hire that person versus the other? It allows RPO, HRO to actually be consultants and stop chasing the, what did you do when this happened? How did you do it when this happened? All that evidence actually sits inside a lot of those systems now. We spend so much time trying to get at it that we just don't get to ask that question and get to the root cause of how are we going to build this team? Why this decision? Why are we going to build a plant here and not there? And with our data tools, you allow that question of why to happen so much more. You can ask it over and over and over again instead of the constant concept of, did you do this? Did you do that? Why did you do it that way? And it's just a different way of thinking. It's a different way of managing. So that's our tool. It allows us to combine any system as long as it's got rows and columns or if it has unstructured data. We use APIs. We use manual uploads. You can throw as much data as you want at it. It's big data ready, if you will. So we combine dozens or hundreds of systems at once, and you can analyze it. And we give our clients administrative control. They buy a license. They can own it. They can administer it. They can even put it behind their own firewall and put everything inside. So we have no problems with personal information, no problems with financial institutions. There's no problems here with safe harbor. It's very light. It's accessible. It's made for the business leader. And it's made to be administered by a team. That's our tool. Happy to take questions.
Okay, thank you very much, which comes to the end. So we'll now take 2 questions from the panel and the floor. So anything from the floor before we... And at the back, yeah, great.
It sounds like a really nice solution.
Thank you.
But where do you see a difference with, for example, SAS, who are also offering reporting tools from different other solutions?
Mm-hmm. So to get to the question, so how is this slightly different from other reporting tools that aggregate content? Okay. I think one of them is the administrative control. So I think a lot of I think from a reporting perspective, there are lots of things that you can do inside a system. What we've done is we've decided to give you the intellectual property and say, build what you need, add what you need, develop as you need, and let users see what they need. So the administrative controls is one key thing. The fact that it's completely agnostic to any kind of system is unusual. And so we don't know what the future is going to hold with data, with social data. And so we designed it to be 100% flexible and not necessarily, oh, we're going to partner with this company, this company, this company, and this company so you can just see your data. We decided to say, once we had the first company have 30 different systems, we said there's no way that we can predict anything. So its flexibility is very unusual. And the fact that you can put it behind your firewall or keep it in the cloud really takes charge of anything around personal information, safe harbor, and so on, because the data that we're going to be adding can be very confidential, because you're adding operations data, customer service data, sales data, those types of things. It's slightly different.
Excellent. And one more question. Can you not use data to predict that decision? And one more question from the floor or the panel, if anyone has anything.
Yeah, my question is on the quality of data. Obviously, there's 2 elements to it. Firstly is the quality of data itself. Second is the variety of systems almost ensures that you have the apples and oranges situation in terms of compatibility of data.
Mm-hmm.
My question, whether you address that at all, and if yes, then in what way?
So we advise our customers to create an administrative dashboard that's primarily used for the IT and the BI organizations or for us to administer. What that would do is data is coming in from several different data sets, and sometimes it doesn't match up, right? So just names are tough to match up. The system alerts us to those idiosyncrasies and those differences and allows us to either push back into those data systems with an upgrade, use a tool like FreshUp as an example to then alert them to go ahead and freshen up, if you will, or you can then push it out with alerts, and traffic lights and so on and reports to be humanized for correction. If you don't put in an administrative dashboard with a tool like this, the more systems that you add, the lower the quality of the data will be. I think the other thing we do is we have the ability to update the data or call to the data at certain frequencies. It can be every 15 minutes, which is very viable for, say, an applicant tracking system or a CRM, but you only have to really refresh the data on, say, a performance management system maybe once or twice a year. So what we do is we look at how to audit that data prior to upload on the systems that have a slower velocity or a different variety.
I think we've got to say again, in an age of innovation, I think it's actually really encouraging to see products which are trying to tackle the same problems from different angles in 2 or 3 cases. I think we hear a lot of talk about the potential of things like big data and mobile and social media, but we actually need to see the products that actually do that. And I think we've seen today some products which really offer some realistic solutions in the tough world of talent. And I think really from a point of view of the RPO market, this is the kind of stuff you need to be looking at that will give you that competitive advantage. When you're going out to talk to customers, to actually go out and always, there is points which quite often make the difference between deals won and deals lost on innovation. If you can actually show something and say, yeah, this is what is in our resourcing strategy, this is what we're doing that makes us a little bit different in our real innovation. I think that's what we've seen today in all of the examples is something actually that I think you should all go out and buy, right? I think you should, that's going to be the best test. I think you should go out and sign up and give it a go, see how it's working. The audience vote is tied. So that's an extra half point for 2 of you. But in 3rd place is Jobberate. So Aki from Jobberate, congratulations, and congratulations to the team in Vilnius who I know are watching in. In 2nd place, FreshUp. Congratulations, John. And in 1st place, for which we've got this rather nice, just roll the drums for a minute, we have this rather nice trophy, is Pando. So Aspen Advisors and Pando, Andrew, congratulations. Thank you. Let's have a round of applause for the winner and for all of our finalists. Well done, everybody. Andrew, if you just want to stay on the stage a second, if you want to go, well done, everybody. Andrew, that was a fantastic job. Well done. Is there anything you want to say quickly?
Absolutely. Thank you. You can take it off. We don't need to snuggle just yet. I just want to thank the team that is at home watching. You guys rock. Thank you.